Good morning, everyone.
Let the business begin.
Let business begin. Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak, episode 351. First day of 2021 for a lot of the business community.
You know what? We were working last week making a lot of calls to businesses, and the voicemails and the emails coming back were open today, open today, open today, open today, and here we are today.
Yeah, and I also wanted to recap on, obviously, going into Christmas, we were like, we're working all the way through. It's a busy time of year, and I'd like to confirm it was. I've got myself half a dozen deals pending for this week because lawyers were away, they get back this week. Strata companies were away, get back this week. Strata reporting companies were away, get back this week. Builders. So basically, it feels like today is the first day of 2021 for business, where I reckon 90% will be back. There'll be a couple people get back after Australia Day, which is very nice for them. But I do believe the majority starts today.
And big weekend, the American president got banned off social media.
Huge weekend. Like this sort of, I feel, hits close to home for us and a lot of people who rely on social media for anything and everything. And it goes a lot further than Donald Trump getting banned, regardless if you agree or disagree. I always find the argument of bad speech is better speech, not silencing speech. And then to go one step further, there's another platform that people may not be aware of called Parler, P for Peter, A-L-E-R. In short, it's basically a competitor of Twitter. They rely themselves on not censoring people, not deleting posts, not shadow banning anyone especially. It's very political in America, a lot different to us. Over there, it's like a religion. Are you left or right? Twitter is predominantly, or everyone, but predominantly is run by left Democrat people. So anything a Republican would say, a lot of time will get blocked, deleted. They had a purge this weekend. But the scary thing is what's happened to Parler. So a lot of people were going to Parler, and obviously that defeated the purpose of people from Twitter blocking them, deleting their accounts. So what has happened to Parler? You've got Google and the App Store have deleted Parler from the App Store. So they've deleted it. You can't download the app through the App Store. But then a lot of people would type into Google, would go to Parler.
So the president got banned from YouTube, Facebook, Insta,
Twitter,
LinkedIn, Twitter. So then everyone said, "This just isn't right. There should be free speech, or there should be you should be able to hear that voice." So a lot of people started running to Parler, did they?
Yeah, especially over the last year, it's gone from say 200,000 members to 10 million. So it's exploding, and probably even more so now. But obviously, if you're trying to silence views, then knowing they have an alternative, because as we know, these companies buy the competitors. Like that's where they get so big. Facebook started off and then they bought Instagram. I don't think they bought Snapchat, but you get the point. But let alone being banned off the App Store, which is really one of the only functions I'm aware of you can download apps. And then on Apple, then Amazon, who hosts the servers, have said to them, we're not going to host your website. So all the servers where obviously there's big business. I remember reading it in New South Wales where big factories, they just have servers host all the stuff in the cloud. Amazon basically said, we're firing you. We're not hosting it anymore, which would basically bring the website down. Then their lawyers have said their lawyers have quit because they've been threatened similarly as well. So basically a company is being wiped off the face of the earth. And I know a lot of us rely on social media. It has not all our memories. It also has a lot of people make their business off social media. So obviously if it ever affects us, it'd be years down the track. It always starts somewhere and goes down. But I think it's a bit of a slippery slope when stuff like that happens. Regardless of the person's views, you can always unfollow people. And obviously if it incites violence, all that, but we're not talking about any of that. It's basically a private company being ganged up simultaneously by the three biggest companies in the world, Google, Amazon, and Facebook. So it's crazy.
Wow. And what's shadow banning you mentioned?
So shadow banning.
Shadow ban?
Yeah, shadow ban. So there was if you go to Project Veritas, there's proof from someone from Google saying they do this. Now, when you do a Facebook Live, it sends an alert out to your audience, the people who follow you, saying you're going live. And also it comes up in relevant topics, like people you don't follow, but you may follow the topic. Their video pops up. Shadow banning is basically it stops all of that. So your audience will not get an alert. If they type in something similar to what you're talking about, it won't come up. Basically, you're gone unless they specifically type and search you. Your audience, you won't be found. So that's called shadow ban. So for you just think your traffic has gone down because your account's live and everything feels normal, except you've gone from 100,000 views to 10,000 views because you're basically, no one will find you. Because as we know, we rely on content just popping up on people's feeds, stuff we're doing. So that's been huge the last couple of years. And an executive from Google got on video admitting this, because if you ever wonder, if you type in a story in Google, like you can understand the power of that and manipulation, a Google search. If you type in, very simple, you type in, say, Donald Trump, all negative articles will come up because Google's made it that way. Nothing good will come up. You type in the other political candidate, only good stories will come up. So imagine that on every scale. You type in a company
so
like
that's shadow banning.
That's the other thing's shadow banning, and this is another thing that's been happening as well. But anyway, it's very interesting, a little bit worrying, but we just keep power on. And
it's a new world. It's a new world. So today's everyone is the first business day really of the year when people are truly back. There are still some businesses that we're finding that aren't back yet, but I reckon probably 70 or 80% are back today.
Yeah.
As in, we probably had 30% back at the beginning of the year. Now we're up to 70% back now, and we'll be back to 100% back. Probably, what do you reckon? After Australia Day or after Australia Day? And that's when it's really, everyone's really, really back on track. Now we've got a head start. People got a head start who have been working all the way through.
100%, and it's been busy. It's just like every Christmas, New Year's, this wasn't any different. As we know, no one was really traveling outside. It was a little bit unique for Northern Beaches being in a lockdown, but we're still busy at the company. Like Mark, as a company, rent was being paid, rentals were being leased, sales were being done. What's your sort of message to principals out there who may consider now not closing over Christmas next year?
Oh, look, I think you got to service. Everybody's different, and we do serve the community. So the better you serve the community, the better your business is going to be. And I think over that period, people have got a lot of time. Over that 3, 4, 5 weeks of over that Christmas, New Year's period, people are on their phones, people are searching property, and agents aren't answering. So I think it's a clever time, but at the same time, you've got to charge your batteries. When you've got to charge your batteries, you've got to charge your batteries. So if it's got to be done, take a break. But if you can be active, it's good.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone always sort of says what you sort of said. Oh, you need time off, you need that. And we're not saying you don't, but a lot of people don't ask the question to their staff. Would you like to work? So have that conversation. A lot of people jump, oh, it's family time. Everyone just assumes no one wants to work, but a lot of people do. So it's just, you need family time. Yes, you may need to recharge the batteries, but not everyone does. So I think we definitely need to open up the conversation to operate more, because buyers did not stop calling, sellers did not stop calling. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of business for being open. We had people specifically call us saying, you are open, I don't want my property to be vacant, guaranteed vacancy for 3 weeks.
That's right. And you know what else? Like you said, it's a bit counterintuitive, but in this environment, when people couldn't really go away, and when people were in lockdown, they got business done. They thought, you know what? Well, I can't go here, I can't go there, and I can't go here. I might as well just work. So a lot of people just got business done through this period, which was really interesting. But officially, that we came out of lockdown on Saturday night. And a big observation I saw over the weekend was there was a shitload of people that left the northern beaches. And we're looking at traffic and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people that were locked into the northern beaches for 3 weeks took a nice drive yesterday. So I think the roads were really, really busy, which is interesting.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's not the worst place to be locked down in, is it? We can't complain too much. But it is.
You still do that. 3 weeks is, we've never gone through it before.
Yeah.
And I think as a state, I think it's easier being locked down as a country. I think it's easier. It's harder being locked down as a state, and I think it's harder again being locked out as like a precinct or a district. I think it really hemmed people in quite hard. Whereas when you're hemmed into New South Wales only, well, you can take a holiday anywhere over New South Wales. You can go for a big drive, but people were really restricted to the beaches. So I think everyone's coming out firing all cylinders now.
Yeah. And over the next couple of weeks, we do normally see a 40 to 50% increase in stock levels as well. So if you're looking to buy out there over the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of new stock coming on. And a strong message from today is people are now working. So if you're looking at a property, you will be able to get that strata report, your lawyer review it. So now's the time to really get in gear to start looking, because then you don't want to necessarily wait till February. I know a lot of people sort of say February, but the reality is a lot of agents are back today. You'll see their listings go live this week. So I think this is going to be a big week for stock levels.
Well, I was looking at data this time last year.
This time last year, there was 369 properties for sale, December, January, and it jumped up to 600. So stock levels basically double over this time. So that's the best news if you're looking to buy, but also for people who are selling and buying as well. Mark, I think I went where you were going. I said the stock levels from December for 367, December, January, and they increased to 600.
Yeah.
Was that where you were going?
Yeah. It was super low. And another one as well, people are actually going to be putting their properties, talking about getting business done, people are putting their properties on the market by auction because the market's quite hot. You normally wouldn't start your auction period with Australia Day in the middle of your auction, of your 4-week auction. So I think a lot of people are talking to their real estate agents, and they're going to be hitting that week after Australia Day. So it could be a very, very good idea to get on the market now and do a pre-market campaign, because the buyers are there, the buyers are desperate, and there could be a plethora and a surplus of stock after Australia Day. So for sellers, get in right now.
And call the agents see what they have coming up as well. So you're 100% right. A lot of agents haven't caught on to pre-market and a social media campaign, so they'll just be like, yeah, it comes on after Australia Day. Ask them to get through it now. I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Everyone, have a great week. We have started the year business-wise today. Majority of people are back. Good luck for 2021. I'm pumped.
Let's do it. Thank you.
See you, everyone. Love.